Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about something that I deeply enjoy. I was debating about making this video for a while and similar videos because I don't really know what I'm talking about. Um, I mostly just talk out of my ass when it comes to this type of stuff, but I it's something very important to me because it's a type of character that I very much enjoy. And the type of character I'm talking about is people who have mastered the art of slime. And what is the art of slime? Well, it's a term I made up just now for this video, and hopefully no one else has copyrighted that term. No, hopefully that's not an actual trope because I will be very shocked if it is because it's a very stupid name. But imagine the type of person who's like a used car salesman in a junkyard trying to sell you something like this shitbox Nissan Sentra in the middle of nowhere. And they're just like, this baby, it'll go top speed 2 seconds flat. And then what they don't tell you is that the top speed is like 2 miles per hour. And they try to sell you on the acceleration. That type of character, the used car salesman archetype, where they kind of tell the truth, kind of lie, and just try to get you to buy something. Sorry if you hear me coughing a bit. I'm recovering from COVID at the moment, but my lungs are shot. But the it's the type of character I very much enjoy because I play it a lot in ttrpgs. And it's the type of character I also enjoy when I play video games or watch anime, stuff like that. It's a character archetype I look out for a lot. And I kind of wanted to talk about what's like a good how to successfully make a character that's like that because it's very easy to make them not enjoyable to watch. Because you can have horrible people as characters as long as you make them either understandable or tolerable to listen to and watch. And for that reason, I think a good place to look is the Devil Arcanas from Persona, the entire Persona series. And if you don't know the Persona series, you should probably get out from underneath that rock. It's not good for your back. Because the Persona series is about people who have hard to describe. It's basically they have this system called social links, confidants in recent game, and the different social links are based around major arcana, and that's how they figure out their personalities and stuff. And one of those arcana is or arcana, I don't know, and I don't care. But one of those arcana is the devil arcana. And it's not like a literal devil, it's not anything like that. What it more so means, at least for characters, because I don't know the actual meaning of it, but for the characters of the Devil Arcana that usually appear for it, they're kind of scummy people who don't really have a whole lot of good about them, but what they will have is something that's very important to this archetype of character is they have something that's very intrinsic to their personality. Like they have something that they stick to and they're very close, they're very persistent about following because it's something that's just very deeply personal to them. And for an example for this, I will talk about President Tanaka from Persona 3. He's kind of recurred a lot throughout the series, but in there he was an official social link, and he was personally one of my favorites in the entire series. And he's this really scummy businessman who straight up scams you and like steals your money and stuff. And he just takes advantage of you. And oddly, after he does that, he kind of takes you under his wing and starts teaching you things about business and other things, other life lessons. And that sort of really exemplifies this archetype of character to me. It's they're really scummy people, but they need a through line. Like, they need something that they're always going to sort of not necessarily be morally good about, but just something that's sort of keeping them grounded from just being an outright douchebag. And that's what Tanaka is to me, is when you learn about him, you figure out that while he is a scummy businessman, he's very honest about that, what he really enjoys is he enjoys educating other people, and he enjoys helping other people mature, and that sort of is more intrinsic to him than being a scumbag. And that makes him pretty, like, not redeemable at all, no, because he's still an asshole, but it makes him understandable, where he doesn't like to, he just likes to see people not taken advantage of and be able to work through the world. And that's really what the Devil Arcana is to me. It's just like a single, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a single moral, but just like moral codes that they live by that they don't even necessarily need to know about, but just what's important to their character more so than money or taking advantage of people and stuff like that. And I'll give a personal example. I had a ttrpg character named Mr., and he was like this kind of really scummy fairy businessman guy, and you know, he sold coffins at a discount to people that just got their town wiped out by monsters. He was not a good person, but I enjoyed every minute of being that awful person. But what was critical to him was that he would never break the law. And he was very, very careful to always follow the law, no matter what it was, even if it was the stupidest thing in the world, even if it was something that would absolutely benefit him. If he broke the law, he never did. He would always follow the law to a T, and he would always use that to his advantage. And he always found the stupidest reasons for him to be right. And that's what really sort of sells someone as a scumbag. Like, someone who has mastered the art of slime is just like, they have a through line that keeps them together. Like, they have like a string kind of stitching all these awful points about them together until it, and if they try to pull on that through line is going to keep them together, because they won't go past that. They won't step over that line. They're going to follow that line no matter what. And another good example is Patches. Patches is from the Dark Souls series, and every single time you meet him, he's always just a shitty, awful person. But as shitty and awful as he is, he does have one through line, and that's that he hates fucking religion. And he never goes against that. Like, even if it would benefit him to pretend like he likes churches and priests and stuff like that, he's very open and honest that he absolutely despises the church and that he hates priests and stuff. And he's very open about his hatred of them. And while that's a shitty through line to a shitty character, it still works to ground him, because it's something that, even if it would help him to take advantage of, like pretending to be with the church, he chooses not to express that because it's not who he is. And it is important to his character to be a scumbag, but it's not as important to him as hating the church. And that's what's really important to me for a character of this archetype, this scumbag, merchant, capitalist character, is that even if, because, you know, you always hear about people selling their souls for money and stuff, but what makes a good scumbag merchant character to me, especially if they're like a player character or a character that's like in the main group, what really helps sell them and make them tolerable is if they don't sell their soul. Like, if there's a piece of their soul that they won't sell, like if they chopped up their soul into a million pieces, they'll do away with all of them, but they'll keep that one piece, and they will not give it away no matter what. Even if God himself pins them down and says, give that to me, they will not give it away. Because it's just that critical to them. And that makes them tolerable because it gives them something. It gives them something that makes them sort of level and grounded and human. And I think that's important to them to make them understandable. I know I'm repeating a lot here, but sorry, I've never done this before, but the art of slime is a very tricky thing to get right. that's my big takeaway about this, but you can do it right by just making sure that the characters never get too out there. Like, give them something that keeps them tied to themselves. Like, something that keeps the stitches that run through their rotted, stone cold heart, that keeps that heart together and pumping. Like, what sort of blood is pumping through that, like, that really keeps them there, keeps them to the world. And that's the sort of thing that I think really sells this archetype. So, thank you for listening to me. I know this was hard to probably watch and listen to, especially since I haven't recorded for a while, so I know I stuttered and everything like that, but I will try to make more of these, because it is something I enjoy, is talking about, archetypes and tropes and things like that I personally enjoy, and what makes them work for me. Even if it's not necessarily right or it makes sense to others, it's what works for me for the archetype. And hopefully, you could at least enjoy and maybe sort of sympathize with what I'm saying, or maybe it can even help you make your own characters for like ttrpgs or books or stories and stuff like that. And that would mean a lot to me if it did help someone in any capacity. So yeah, I appreciate you listening. Thank you for listening to me rant for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. I know it's probably difficult to listen to with my wheezing or whatever because of fucking COVID, but it's been a while since I did an actual video, and I figured this was better than any to get back with. Because I've been busy with college lately. It's been taking up a lot of my time to study and shit. But I just want to rant about things I like, and this is the best outlet I have for that. But yeah. Just make sure that if you ever make a character with the art of slime that you're just careful about it, because it's important to be, because otherwise you're just going to make someone that everyone hates. And if you hate to watch a character, then they're not really a good character. But if you hate to love them, then you did a good job making a character. And I hope other people can sympathize with me enjoying scumbag businessmen capitalists. Thank you. I hope everyone has a good holiday season and good I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. See ya.